Alrighty, we're going to replace some worn out outlets. Here in the country I was born in, we use a 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, the white is neutral, the berry green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. White can be used live on a switch loop or in a 220-240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. And we're going to replace some outlets here on a 15 amp circuit, and this is wired with a 14 American wire gauge, so I'll show you how to do that. Oh, they backstabbed to this one. Okay, as you can see, these outlets are made out of Bakelite. This outlet's not bad. We'll save it. We could put it somewhere like in a garage or something like that. But in the apartment here, we're going to put nice new ones in. So we'll start with our ground wire here. Oh, this is still live. Okay, we'll just strip our wires a little longer here, so bring around the screws. Okay, this box is recessed in the wall a little bit here, and this is called a box extender, and it's made by Hubble. It has the Racco name on it. If you look closely, it's made here in the country I was born in. That's a nice thing to see. So I'll show you how to put this on. Okay. See, we got our copper. It came up above the screw head there. I'll turn our flashlight on so you can see it a little bit better. See how the copper came up above the screw head there a little bit? I don't like that, so what I'm going to do is loosen it back up. I'll pull it back. I'll take my pliers, squeeze it in like that. Now it's under the screw head the way we want it. There, now our wire is under the screw head all the way around, and our insulation is not under the screw head. So we'll come over here, we'll get our next one. Okay, there's what we want for our white wires. Now we'll flip this around. And I'll keep our ground wire down at the bottom here. And now hook our black wires up on the brass screw. Make sure our connections are tight. And that's what we want right there. This is our extender here. We'll stick it on the outlet like this. So we can go all like this. Now we can push our wires into the box here. Keep our ground wire down away from everything here. Okay, the plaster ears are going to flush up against the sheetrock here. Same with the bottom. So we gotta do next. Okay, see how the seam is touching the terminals here? So I gotta take my screwdriver and just push this over so it doesn't touch the side of the terminals. So I just took my screwdriver here and I just push this over and make sure there's clearance here between the screws, because you don't want the metal touching the terminals either on the live or the neutral side, because you want to keep the neutral and the ground separated all the way back to the main breaker box. Alright. I'll just make sure it's off. Oh, this one is still on. How come I'm getting power on the neutral and on the live? So I'm going to plug my light into this and see why it's... Well, I'm getting false readings with my tester here. I plug in my light, put this, I unplug it, says it's live on both the live and the neutral, but I'll plug my light in. So that shows me I'm getting false readings from my Cobalt tester. But I'm going to go by the light. See how the outlet's all broken out right there? So I'm going to just clip all my wires off. I'll get it. Yeah, it was broken on this side too. And that outlet was 75 cents a few years ago. So this is a twist and lock type connection. You put two wires under each screw. So we're going to use this one. And we'll use this one. And I'll just make sure I close the ones we're not going to use. And with this, we're going to hook it up a little differently. We're going to make our strip lengths a lot shorter. I'm going to strip just enough to get under the pressure plate and not have any copper sticking out behind it. So I'm going to just hold it up here to make sure this is stripped long enough. Yep, that's a perfect strip length. I'll make sure it's right length. Do the same with the black. Same length. Same length. Okay, now we can hook our outlet up. Now the ground wire we have to put around the green screw the same as we do on the other ones. Close our loop all the way around the screw. Okay, we have a good solid connection here. So these are the two openings we're going to use. So we're going to get our two white wires, and we will put them in like that. We'll get our other one into the pressure plate here. And we get them in. We don't want the insulation going behind that plastic, so we have it in a good spot there. Make sure it's nice and tight. And that's how we want our connections. So we'll rotate it around. And now we'll get our black wires in. Let's get those little tug, make sure they're in. I'll make sure the insulation's not going to get under the pressure plate there. Okay, so I'm going to have to trim this one just a very, very slight smidgen. Very, very slight smidgen, like that. I don't want the copper to be behind the pressure plate, so that's where I want it right there. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now we can push this into our box. Keep this ground wire down the bottom here. So I'll leave my broken old one here, just so I know that I replaced this one. Okay, this one is all wore out, so the top one, and it's broken inside. Also, oh, the screw head all messed up too. Somebody must have banged into this outlet. Oh, they put some washers on to shim it out. And there it is, broken. So we'll use the washers here again to shim the new one out. And there's the piece of the back of the outlet. And you can see how the the pressure plate, the stab lock, how it works. See the little spring-loaded tab here that when you push the wire in, that's all that's holding that wire to make contact. So it's not very good. Putting it around the screw is a lot better. We're going to need a box extender here. Okay, so first we'll get our bare ground wire on the green screw. Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure it's nice and tight. Come down here, we'll get our other one in here. Make our loop the direction our screw turns. Make sure it's tight. And that's what we want right there. Okay, we'll bring it around. We'll keep our ground wire down at the bottom. Black is live. We'll put it on our brass screw here. Make sure it's nice and tight, and that's what we want. Again, we're going to have to use another one of these box extenders here. This is made by Hubble. Okay, here so you can read the package. And it's nice to see it's made here in the country I was born in. That's a good thing to see. Keep our ground wire down at the bottom here. Okay, we'll put our extender on. Okay, so I want to make sure get this over just a little bit more, but I want to make sure they're not touching the screws. Make sure the metal's not touching the screws on this side, because sometimes this could bend in, so I'm making sure it's away from the terminals. Oh, this outlet doesn't look like it's broken, but we'll look at it. Oh, okay, this outlet is good, but you know what? I don't like the back strap, so I'm going to just take this off and I'm going to put it on the screws. See how easy those wires come out of the hole? And there's our ground connection. I'll make that better. There we go. I made that a lot better there. Yeah, I'll strip our lengths longer so we can put them around the screws. Make a better connection. Okay, we'll get our two white wires up here. Make our loop the direction our screws going to be turning. This outlet's a little bit older. It has the slot, it doesn't have the Phillips head screws on it. it's tight. Over here we'll get our white wire. This one, see how the plastic's raised here and it goes down up here, so I gotta get up higher so it stays where it's supposed to be. It's kind of like a little guide so that okay, there's our white wires. Roll it over and we'll do our black wires. Okay, so we'll get a ground wire down here in the bottom. We'll go zigzag across the bottom like this. He's a good boy. Okay, I'll make our loop the direction that the screw turns here. Make it nice and tight. They go down. See how the plastic it's empty here and it's raised from like the top of the screwdriver down. So when I make my loop, I have to bring it up so it goes in, and then this one, I had to bring it down so it stays down in that little cavity there. It's kind of like a little guide to help keep your wire in place. This outlet's made out of Bakelite. It's a decent outlet. It's not the best, but it's not the cheapest. Tight. Tight. Okay, we gotta use another one of these box extenders, and it's nice to see it's made in the country I was born in. Okay, so I'll push this back into our box here and make sure our wires go in and our ground wire stays down away from everything. Okay, see how that metal went in there? So it's going to be, that's a short against the side of the outlet, so I'll just push it over and make sure this. So now we have clearance on our terminals on both sides here. We got clearance over here, and we have clearance over here. I wonder if I can just push this over. Oh, there it goes. There. Now we have a better clearance on this side and a nice clearance on this side. Alrighty, so thanks for watching. That is how to replace outlets here in the country I was born in and bring them up to code and secure them in the wall. Peace. Thanks for watching.